How are you all doing? Welcome back to PeepoCoin channel, where you can get all of your cryptocurrency needs met. I hope that today is fantastic for everyone. Wednesday is the date. You understand what that implies. It is the day of the live webcast. Yes, exactly. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, despite the technological issues we encountered the previous week. And it was an absolute doozy, man. Tonight, we will do it correctly. I'm thrilled. We have a lot to discuss. Today, we received the Federates. Whales are gathering, and now we have this. We'll go over the data a little later in the video, but there's a ton more to discuss right now. This is shocking evidence that XRP is poised to beat Bitcoin organizations already in the know. Take a seat back, unwind, and get into a Bitcoin deal at $97,028. It has increased by just over 3% in the last day. The price of Ethereum is $1,834. Right now, it's up just over 2%. XRP continues to occupy the fourth position. Seeing that come in at $2.14 makes me happy. It has also increased by 2%. Last night, we noticed a pleasant little boost in the markets. If I had to guess, everyone is preparing for today's Fed meeting, which is an excuse for me to wait for the Fed to lower interest rates. Keep in mind that as the Fed lowers interest rates, riskier assets will rise in proportion to borrowing and lending. Rate decreases are not anticipated in May, in my opinion. In my opinion, rate cuts will occur in June. But ultimately, rate cuts will occur, and this is one of the most optimistic outcomes we can hope for cryptocurrencies. I tweeted yesterday that the news site is back, baby. It was the top story on the XRP news site for a while, but now it's back and going strong. Yesterday, there were over 20 pieces published, with every headline mentioning something. Every update causes the price to shift one spot. Coverage in real time, no fluff XRP at themoment.com. This website is ad-free. It's incredibly quick. You receive all of this, rather than searching Twitter for the most recent XRP and Ripple news. I've got everything covered. Check it out by visiting xrp.com right now. We publish articles. There are fresh stories published every single hour, and they are shared on Twitter all day long. Ensure that you receive your reading. Let's do a little nostalgia once you got your fix. Does anyone recall this? I am aware that I display my age. I am aware that you are currently seated and staring at the screen. One Namp. Good old days, oh man. This must have been around for at least 20 years. The preferred music player was that one. We also receive breaking news. Riot Games has chosen Coinbase as its sole cryptocurrency partner. To improve the fan experience, League of Legends and Valorant esports events throughout the world are implementing blockchain awards. I just want to let you know how big this is for those of you who don't play games or have anything to do with gaming. How large are these leagues, we X-Croc? In 2023, there were more than 149 million League of Legends players. At its peak, the esports community has about 7 million viewers. A total of more than $111 million in prizes have been distributed. There are more than 10 million players on Valorant. Do you realize how much publicity this deal is going to give cryptocurrency? It's enormous. It's enormous. Bhutan, let me have this. A Bhutan. That probably sounds familiar. Binance Pay has partnered with them. The first nationwide cryptocurrency payment system for tourists will be introduced by DED and DK Bank. This is something that has been done in Japan before. However, this is currently taking place in Bhutan. What makes that sound familiar? Remember, Ripple and the Royal Monetary Authority of Bhutan cooperated 4 years ago in 2021. When the public wants to cash in their money before they leave, they use a DLT payment system on the public network, rather than going to an FX exchange rate, and guess what? They go straight through the central bank digital currency, and they get it handled. This is in order to pilot central bank digital currency using a private blockchain and public-to-private relationships. As holders of XRP, we were given the option of working with a central bank or going public. I'm not sure if public is the appropriate word in this context. The central bank is always your golf course. Every element of the nation's financial system is under the central bank's authority. Is an obvious choice. At this point, the 98% possibility that the Fed will leave rates unchanged tomorrow is predicted by Polymarket. Hey, if you're on that 2%, go ahead and do it. Go to Polymarket. I think anything can happen. I would love nothing more than for the Fed to lower interest rates today, and we have been discussing this story for a while. In the event that they lower rates or declare they will do so, Bitcoin will skyrocket. It's that easy. Good morning, I added. Since Twitter wants me to market there, you can't actually see it. We leave. Good morning. There won't be any Fed rate cuts today. Instead, I anticipate them in June. Be prepared for market turmoil. What do I expect from the basic Fed? They will claim that the rates would stay the same. We will examine the market's performance and activity, and we will continue to sing and dance. They always do. Red candles will begin to appear on the cryptocurrency market. It's that easy. It's that easy, but yesterday we had a pleasant little boost. Therefore, it won't be too horrible. In order to create a digital euro, the European Central Bank, or ECB, intends to collaborate with the private sector. According to this press release, the ECB stated that a report detailing its conclusions would be released later this year. What makes this interesting? Since the Digital Euro Association, the DEA is happy to announce its partnership with Ripple as a supporting partner to jointly work on central bank digital currencies. Brad Kives posted an article from the Digital Euro Association Partners with Ripple, which was published on their website a few years ago, 3 years ago, stating that Ripple is supporting this and that Ripple will be working with them. When you learn that the ECB is advancing with the digital euro, do you think there's any chance that Ripple, one of the top suppliers of enterprise blockchain and cryptocurrency solutions for cross-border payments, will collaborate with them on this? I certainly do, as we wrote an entire thread about it. It claims that private tech companies will play a major role in the digital euro, which is not solely a government initiative. For the past 10 years, Ripple has been developing blockchain solutions for real-time cross-border payments. Shipping is the future of money in Europe. What central banks are specifically searching for institutionally aligned and with a regulatory emphasis ready for ISO 2022. Brad Garlinghouse was being paraded around and flaunted to all of the key financial central bank players in the world when she was employed at the International Monetary Fund, according to Christine Lagarde, the current president of the European Central Bank. According to this, Christine Lagarde, who is currently with the European Central Bank, referred to XRP as an example of a quick and inexpensive cross-border payment while she was the head of the IMF. Brad Garlinghouse added that he maintained connections with international banking executives and authorities. Governments will pay attention if you're solving a real-world problem at scale, he said in public. You shouldn't be surprised if you see Ripple's name appear in the ECB report again, because the ECB is now formally bringing in private partners, and Lagarde is already acquainted with Ripple solutions. We first became involved in 2022 when the Digital Euro Association, or DCA, declared that they would be working with Ripple to create the central bank's digital currency. Later this year, we are witnessing the CBDC come to reality. This is fantastic news, and this is where we want to be. I'll obtain this from the XRP website now. The number of XRP whale wallets surpassed 300,000. This is significant. Everyone is anxious and believes that the bear market is here, but guess what?